Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So as we're gonna do something different today, right? And we're gonna look at some courtroom footage, okay? Now guys, I think the only thing that I'm more addicted to than TCAP is courtroom footage and body cam footage, right? So guys, there's a lot of courtroom footage of these dunderheaded pretos trying to get off the registry or trying to argue their way out of it, or trying to whine and moan the judge. There's also body cam footage of different types of predators getting arrested. Teachers, perverts trying to stalk kids or whatever. So guys, I think that I'm gonna start reacting to all of that on this channel too. Switch things up a little bit. So guys, here we have a case of a guy. He's been on the registry for a long time because he essayed his 15-year-old stepdaughter back in the day. He's gonna go to court and actually try and argue that he should be dropped off the registries. So guys, we'll get into this, but before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment because it really helps keep this channel going. Guys, I'll drop the link to this video. This is from Looking at Legal Stuff, so I'll drop the link to this channel and to the video in the description. I'll also pin this at the top of the comments just in case you want to watch it, so without me interrupting it, guys. And let's get into this. Guys, please don't try and contact anyone in this video, guys. That would be nice, okay? Look at that.
Welcome to Looking at Legal Stuff. Today we have a motion by an ex-con with a lengthy criminal record to have his name removed from the sex offender registry at the earliest possible moment allowed, after he went to prison for 5 years for an offense against his 15-year-old stepdaughter. He says he's come a long way in the last 10 years and he thinks he should be entitled to get on with his life now. Does the commissioner agree with him? Let's find out.
Okay. Let me turn to number 72520044608. Is it Daniel Greil or Grill? I'll have you unmute.
It's Greil, ma'am.
Greil. Okay, great. And I have Mr. Jervakainen, the prosecutor here, and I did receive the prosecutor's response.
Your Honor, we were on a couple weeks ago. We had asked for more time to try to make contact with the victim as we were unsuccessful. For the court's information, we did not get any additional contact information or return calls from numbers that we had existing, either in Spillman or from when this case happened back in 2010. But obviously last time we were in court, the court indicated that the petition itself did not identify what even the charges were that the petitioner was found guilty of. So in our response, we tried to be minimalistic and to provide what relevant information we believe the court would like to review. So we did that for the court. So as the court had an opportunity to review the response as well as the exhibits.
I did. Thank you very much.
And I can probably get more information such as police reports or anything else if the court would like additional stuff to review.
Okay.
This is what I provided.
Okay. And I know without victim input, maybe prosecution is not taking a position on this. Are you taking a position?
Well, I think, I guess what the state would probably defer to is exhibit, I think it was D in the...
Whoa. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Possession of meth. Failure to appear. Essay of a child. Driving while license suspended. 3rd degree. Driving while license suspended. 3rd degree again. Warrant of arrest fugitive. Warrant arrest fugitive again. Failure to appear again. Delivery of controlled substance. Vehicle prowling means he was breaking into vehicles. Driving without license. 3rd degree again. Theft again. Criminal trespass. Protection order violation. Theft 3rd degree. Driving while license suspended again. Driving while license suspended again. Assault 4th degree. Failure to appear again. No valid driver's license. And failure to appear and incest. Good God. And this guy is actually walking around free? Clown world. Look at this.
Pre-sentence investigation. There is input from the victim at the time of sentencing.
So
we would,
guys, it's in Oregon. Okay, that's why. That's why, guys. See that? Guys, Oregon, California, Washington State, you know, they just let people out of jail, you know, just because. If this was Tennessee, Texas, Mississippi, guys, he'd be doing life, you know?
utilize that, I guess, for victim input. For the court's information, the victim did not feel like an appropriate amount of time was being considered, that he should spend more time in prison than what he got.
He should.
Although at the time of the PSI, the victim would not know how much time he would have got. He ultimately got 60 months, so 5 years. My recollection is in the offer, the state was asking for 8 years. He was allowed to ask for a SOTA, which was a sex offender disposition alternative. The court gave him 5 years plus 3 years of community custody. I did point out to Mr. Grau's benefit, obviously he did have 10 letters of recommendation in his support. I did have conversation.
So he did 5 years for essaying his stepdaughter. And then 10 people wrote him letters of support that he should be taken off the SO list. Guys, why are people so stupid? Why? What is wrong with people?
With Deputy Plank, who is the sex offender registration deputy. He's been in that position, I believe, for right about 4 years. He has not had any registration issues with Mr. Grau. But I would also point out, I think it's Exhibit E. Very recently, about a month ago, Mr. Grau was reduced from level 3 registration down to level 2 for his benefit, presumably due to his fulfilling his registration obligations. I would also point out that back in March of 16, when he initially, or close to, got out of prison, he was changed from a level 1 to a more serious level 2. And then in 2017, he was changed to a level 2 to a level 3 registration. My understanding is that Mr. Grau had some complications for a couple years of his community custody, which required the registration increase. What I can report to the court as well is that in speaking with Mr. Plank, had he not had those perhaps some issues with his 3 years of community custody, he would actually be eligible potentially right now for an administrative relief of registration through.
So do you see, guys? He had complications, meaning that he got caught doing something, right? And they had to extend it. And he said that if he hadn't messed up, they might be considering it. And guys, we all know how I feel, right? Guys, if you get caught doing bad stuff to kids, they shouldn't even waste the tax dollars on you, right? They should take you out back, take care of business, and then charge the family for the ammunition, if you know what I mean, right?
The sheriff's office, as opposed to having to go through the court. But because of that, he's actually, according to Deputy Plank, he's eligible for administrative relief in about 2 years without the courts need to go to court. So that was some information I got from Deputy Plank. So
Okay.
I think overall the state does not support the petition. He
Good.
does appear to have eligibility for administrative relief in a couple years. I think the facts of the case involving a 15-year-old stepdaughter, I think based upon the overall circumstances, I don't see that we have any information as to success or failure as to treatment, which is one of the factors for the court to consider. I think the victim, and at least her father's side, felt pretty strongly at the time this case happened. And assuming he continues his registration, he appears to be potentially eligible for administrative relief in about 2 years. So,
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Grau, I'm going to come to you, and I'll let you know I did look again at your April 24th original petition. You did attach letters of recommendation to that with your own statement. I did also
Yes, ma'am.
receive and review the prosecutor's response that he's just gone through. What would you like me to know?
Here we go.
Your Honor, it's been a long 10-year road to put my life back on track since I've been out of prison. I had some bumps while I was on DOC still for the stupidest stuff,
Oh, don't you guys just feel so bad? His life has been so hard.
which I take my full responsibility for my part. I have no reason not to. I have rebuilt my life. I own 2 rigs. I got my license back. I have insurance on my trucks. I'm married now.
Guys, wait 1 second. He said he's married now. What kind of dunderheaded chick would marry this guy knowing that he did this to his stepdaughter?
You stupid woman!
Why, guys? Why? Why?
It's been a long road, and I got a lot of support that's helping me still to keep me to rebuild my life. I've got a lot of people backing me right now.
How do you think how do you think the victim would feel if you were taken off this registration list?
Here we go.
I couldn't honestly tell you, ma'am.
Look at that.
I could not tell you.
Probably wouldn't feel too great about it. I assume she was a juvenile stepdaughter. And as I understand it from the pre-investigation report, she got removed from the home during the investigation rather than you.
Look at that. I try to not swear in my videos, guys, but what the fuck is going on, dude? They took the little girl out of the house and not him? What is going on in Oregon, dude? Come on.
She chose to leave. She was not removed from the home.
She chose to leave. She was 15 years old. What are you talking about, you dunderhead?
So she went into foster care, as I understand it.
No, she moved to her dad's because her dad came and got everything from my home.
If I was the dad, this guy wouldn't be above the ground. You know?
Did she go to foster care before her dad got her?
No, not that I know of, no. I was told she was at her dad's.
What a joke.
In my review, from the pre-investigation report, it states that it required the 15-year-old to be removed from her home and placed in foster care following the allegations being reported.
I never saw any of that in discovery or nothing. And matter
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
of fact, when I got sentenced, I never got my discovery packet from the court system.
And it states that you got to continue sleeping in your own bed while she struggled to adjust to her placement in foster care.
Damn.
So basically, I mean, her life got changed upside down.
I understand that, ma'am.
He doesn't care.
What do you want me to know about treatment?
I have completed treatment. I completed it when I first got out of prison. I did treatment while I was in prison. I completed everything I've done. I've completed my GED while in prison through Spokane College.
What type of treatment did you do?
Sex offender treatment.
When did you last do any sort of treatment?
It's been at least 7 years, 8 years now.
Okay. Do you continue to do any sort of treatment?
Of
Do you
course
see
not.
anyone on a regular basis for treatment?
No, I do not.
How are you employed right now?
I'm not.
Okay. How long since you were employed?
Been almost 2 years.
What type of work did you do?
I was a mechanic. I worked at a wrecking yard for a couple years, 2 different times, and then I worked at a transmission shop for less than a year.
Okay.
And I'm in the middle of working on getting my SSI right now.
Okay.
because of my health. I'm full-blown diabetic, and I got neuropathy in both my hands and feet.
So you're applying for Social Security disability?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Greil, anything else you want me to know?
It's just my life is in your hands right now. And I just want to put my life back on track, and I hope the victim has as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, did the state want to say anything further based on those comments?
Your Honor, I guess, from a factual standpoint, the state is obviously very concerned about the facts of the case from 2010 involving
and the fact that he doesn't give a damn, right, guys? This guy, he doesn't care. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. He thinks that, oh yeah, he doesn't even consider the victim's feelings at all. Didn't even say her name or anything. Insane.
stepdaughter who was 15, who was by basically her stepfather. And looking at the allegations and the facts, part of that had to do with withholding the information from the mother about her having sex otherwise, the victim having sex otherwise with her boyfriend.
So he found out his stepdaughter was sleeping with her boyfriend, and he blackmailed her and said that if you don't sleep with me too, I'm going to tell your mom. What a piece of trash, guys.
Trying to be objective here, I would point out for Mr. Greil's sake, he did have, and I think I identified it in my response, he did have 5 prior felony convictions, none of which were sex offense prior to this. But since being released from custody on this case, he has had no criminal convictions since. So I just wanted to make sure the court was aware of that. So he has not been found guilty of any crimes since this. But no, there's nothing else that I would like to add other than pointing out those two factors, those two issues.
Okay. So, Mr. Greil, where I start with this is court has discretion. So the statute says I may relieve you of your duty to register if you show by clear and convincing evidence that you're sufficiently rehabilitated to warrant removal from the registry. The statute gives me factors to look at in guiding me in that determination, but does indicate any other factors I may consider relevant can be used. When I look through the factors, as the state has pointed out, I think the things that bode in your favor is a lack of criminal history since this, general compliance with supervision requirements. It appears you have participated in some type of treatment. I hear you say that, and I assume that must be true. Otherwise, you'd probably have violations for probation. But you didn't provide any of that information to me, but I accept as true you've done something.
I was unable to obtain that information, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Well, hold on. I'm not done yet. What does trouble me is the length of time since you've done any treatment. For a lot of folks with this type of crime, and I'll be honest, looking at the findings of fact, number one, the finding of fact was that you used your position of trust to facilitate the commission of the current offense. In crimes like this, typically this is a lifelong or at least more than just a couple year treatment issue. And I'm not talking.
There you go, guys. See? So the very idea that he could petition to be taken off the registry, guys, this should be on there for life. Guys, I've only heard this being talked about as they're going to be on this for life because it's a lifelong issue. Insane.
That it's specific sex offender treatment, but some type of counseling and continued support for good decision making. You didn't provide me proof of any other treatment or rehabilitative programs. I don't have proof of stability in employment. The letters of recommendation from family, friends, I should say, and some of your children do support that you have a support system. The risk assessment I have to go on is that you're a level 2 just recently. as of May 1st, down from a 3. And
Can I point out something?
no, I am not done, sir.
Look at that.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
making my ruling. And then, of course, the statute contemplates that I can consider input of the victim. I would assume the victim probably doesn't want to be a part of this. A lot of them don't. So what I have to go on for that is that the state did try to make contact and get the input. The best evidence I have to go on are statements made while the case was pending or awaiting sentencing. The pre-investigation report concerns me in that essentially you were allowed to continue to live your life in the home and she was entirely uprooted.
Clown world.
I think there are comments made that there's just no tangible way to tell you or anyone the type of harm that you have done to this young girl. I think what you wrote in your statements to me and what you have said on the record, and I quote, I just want to move on with my life.
Yeah, you can't just move on with your life, dude.
I get it, but I don't feel you've met your burden of proving by clear and convincing evidence that you warrant removal from this registry. I hear from the state that you might be eligible for administrative removal in a couple years. Certainly, nothing about my ruling precludes that. But what you have filed with me and what has been said on the record does not overcome to me the impact that this case particularly had on this victim.
Yeah, good.
I think primarily for her sake, I don't believe that removal from the registry is warranted right now at the bare minimum amount of time that we could even consider removal. So I am going to deny your petition today.
I will be appealing it.
You
Yeah.
have that right,
You do
sir.
that. You do that, buddy. You absolute dunderhead. Guys, you're lucky I'm they're lucky there isn't AJ land. Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because this guy right here in the upper right, oh boy.
Anything else we need to do today? Okay. Thank you both. I appreciate information from both parties.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I think that takes us to number 4.
Look at that, guys. And then he knocks the phone down because he's mad. Absolutely insane, guys. Guys, what do you think? Let me know. Do you guys think that they should ever take these dunderheads off the registry? I don't think so. So, all right, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Take it easy. Bye, guys.